I'll do anything to make you Toblerone. Alright, so we're level 20 now, and we're doing about 170 damage on Fissure and Firestorm. Still only 1 point in Oak Sage, but I'm really tempted to get my next level as Poison Creeper, if I'm honest, because I just kind of want it. I don't think that's wrong. But yeah, where you can see it's at 13 and 9. And you're probably like, well, Seth, how the fuck did you do that? You're only level 20. Well, I'll show you. We've got Leaf and Stealth now. Then I have these guys right here. Nothing super good. I've just been running. I also found this. This is probably the best item we have so far. Oh, and this is the most important thing. So, I put a poll out. Hopefully Seth remembered to put a poll out. Which is the first, and surprisingly it's not this, which is the first item we got? Because you know what I always say, you always get Kleeglaws. That's what our first 1,000 of million duplicates of this we're going to get this year. And then I also found this. We got a Ricketts Keen. It's really useless. So there's the old items I was using. So to make Leaf, you just need Tur and Ral, which you can get pretty commonly from Countess. You can see I've got Tur runes. Ral's a bit lower in terms of drop rate, but you can get it. And of course, Tal Eth, pretty common rune drops, not very hard to get. And then I've just been putting my chips over here. So the reason, if you're ever curious, why does Seth hold on to chips early game? Because once I start up-tiering runes eventually, you're going to be kicking yourself because you don't have any chips. And it's very irritating to get. Have a few floods, and that's about it. There's nothing exciting going on here. But look at all the stuff we could be using. Yeah, look at all these big boy items we could use instead. Like, you know, some Dusk Shrouds or Arcan Plates and yeah, all these crude threshers, but we're not going to use those because we're using non-twinked. So anyways, what I was doing was players 8 Tristram up until 18, and then I just simply did players 8 Countess runs to 20 and said, yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and resummon. Oh my god, 60 gold, that is so fucking low. I haven't done anything else in the area just yet, so I'm not really... Oh, that's right, I actually have to buff. Oh my god. So I've kind of been trying to learn how this character's gonna roll. What I'm starting to notice right away is I really need cast rate. Generally speaking, on a caster, you want to get cast rate just for DPS, but it seems like the skill timers on all the druid skills are actually quite low. If I'm honest, this is the latest I've ever played a druid in my entire history of Diablo 2. Like, you could be like, now Seth, you've really never played anything past this point in the game? Yes. This is where I always stop playing every single time. And this is quite exciting for me. So I've noticed that... Zesty... Okay, you can get your dumb cone head out of here and stay down there because you're not exactly Graysile just yet. This is seriously the furthest I've ever played. Oh my god. Zesty, can you not? He still has his cone on, if you couldn't tell. He has it on for a few more days. Yeah, I know. It sucks, but tough. You're just gonna rip at your balllessness. So they didn't do what I thought they'd do. They just, like, took out his pipes in his balls, or whatever you want to call it. You know, like the stuff. I don't know. His urethra stuff. I don't know. I'm not a vet expert. They didn't remove his physical balls, so it looks really wrong, and it just... I don't know. I don't like looking at his naked, gross-looking, shriveled balls. It's really awkward. Not that I'd like to look at it to begin with, but I hope you can understand where I'm coming from with this one. If I'm remembering and smart, I'll actually add a sound effect there. It's the one I always think just cracks me up. It's a stock sound effect that you hear a lot in like Red Letter Media. Oh, I gotta remember to buff. I gotta do that. This is right. I actually have to pay attention to things so far still. This is actually kind of engaging. So, you can probably hear in my voice, my head colds. You're gonna make weapons from my bones, are you? Oh yeah, I fucking bet. Piece of shit. Okay. Oh, I don't even have enough room yet. Jesus. Okay, well, that's cool. But yeah, my cold's almost pretty much gone. It's just mainly coughing at this point. I swear to God, I get sick one time. And, one day. I get sick, like, really bad for, like, 2 or 3 days, and then I just have it linger in me for, like, 3 fucking weeks. This is, like, week 2 of just... I'm like, oh, was it the COVID? No. I've had COVID. This is not it. This is just general garden variety ass. Alright, cool. Thanks, Charcy. You're the best, Charcy. You're the best. I should probably ID this. Hello. Because it might actually be kind of good. I highly... yeah, I didn't think it was going to be. It's got poison damage, though. It's got cool stuff like that. We'll put that over there just for, like, fodder to sell. So this video, we're going to be killing Andariel, who realistically should be extremely easy because Andariel is actually intrinsically weak to fire. I'm not really disappointed in this character, but this is kind of probably why I never like played a caster, is because it's a very like throw shit on the ground and, well, I mean, I've played different casters in both this and Median, but like I've never a fan of like, and obviously Wizard. I have fiddle faddle with Wizard a little bit in Diablo 3 ages ago, but that was so long ago. I don't think my opinion should be anything you want to take any kind words from in terms of Diablo 3, but like I really like the spammy kind of Wizard, like abilities, kind of like how you play Diablo 1, you know, you have Chain Lightning and oh god, it's seriously been like half a year since I played that, but there's like that kind of style. I like that like just DPS style mage. It's always been kind of my like de facto enjoyment for like these kinds of games. I just kind of why I don't want to play Assassin, to be honest, because Assassin just is from what I understand, it's a lot like this. You have to like make little pockets for mobs to get stuck in, and I just don't like that kind of mechanics. But you know what? It's different, and I don't hate it. I'm just not used to it. It's a kind of an area denial class so far, and it's different. I'll say that. I don't hate it. I mean, let's be real, it's Diablo 2. There's very little I could hate. The only thing that I mean I do not like in Diablo in general is like Cyclone, or sorry, Wind Tornado, or like Magic Hammer. Like those kinds of attacks, I didn't know if I did that or not, don't judge me. I really don't like those kinds of like skills in these kinds of games, because it's just like doing what I'm doing right now, but with no actual intention. You're just walking into things, and I don't like that. I guess I'd rather have to, like, trap mobs. From what I have noticed so far, this class is really strong in these kinds of cramped environments. Not so much in the open outdoor areas, which is fair. Every class has to have a weakness, otherwise it feels like you're just sort of, you know, not really trying, I guess. Like, I enjoy melee in this game, but that's the only problem I have, is after a while melee does start to feel like, cool, I'm just clicking on the man, and I don't like to not just, you know, stand still in front of it. It feels really weird. Like, I loved that, like, Necro I made for Median recently, but I like how I say recently, it was like a half a year ago. It was like in June when I finished that character, I think. But like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. But ultimately, I like having the ability to maneuver, I like recasting. It's why I always say mechanically, it's still my favorite, is probably going to be Summon Necro. But it's extremely boring, you're not really doing a whole lot as a summoner. But anyways, this video we're going to be killing Andariel, bugging Andariel, and then we're going to go... we'll do Radamant, I guess. I think that's a pretty good idea. See, I'm already starting to get in the mode of my hotkeys, which is... I say this every year, but I always mean it every time. You do not want to start fucking around with a character. It's why I don't want to do things like this twinked. Because if I do this twinked, I'd have no idea what I'm doing. I'd have no idea how, like, the skill timers work on this character. I have no idea how to react to things. I'd have no... You know what I mean? Like, you can see I already have an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing as this, this subclass. I've never really liked this kind of idea, but maybe I'll grow to love it. I didn't like Barbarian for the longest time in Diablo, and then I played that, wonderful Barbarian we made that was a Fury Barb, and that was fucking awesome. I like, seriously, by the end of it, I was like, damn, I can understand why people like this class. It's actually really fun. And you see, that's like Whirlwind. I don't find skills like that very fun because it's just boring. You could argue, why do you like things like Zealot, build, like, let's be real, it's just really fucking cool to hit an enemy like 30 times a second, have a shitload of procs go off, and it just melts it. That is awesome. That's like, to me, that's like the ultimate gamble. That's why I love those kinds of melee builds in these games, is because it's like, you've stacked your character so hard through so much specified gear and so much, like, dedication that they just inevitably become, like, fucking indestructible because they can completely one-shot things, and I love that. That's a lot of fun. That's more fun to me than just going in circles around enemies and just occasionally whacking them with, like, a skill. I don't know. It's not very fun to me. I forgot to mention, so Leaf, as you can see here, it does not give me those +3s down there. Those are only if I was playing Sorceress or O. They're not O skills. But you can see that modifier for 3 to fire skill. Mage Fist, if I remember correctly, also has, I think, +1 or +2 to fire skill. So that's actually a pretty solid... That's a good casting item no matter what. If I remember, I think it does have FCR on it, so I'm actually pretty excited. The biggest damaging things we're going to run into are probably still going to be fire immunes. Those aren't going to start showing up until the next difficulty, though, so I still have plenty of time. Look at this shithead. Alright. You see, I'm actually remembering I'm playing vanilla D2. I actually have to, I have to remember how fun immunities vanilla Diablo 2 has. Because in Median, they're a little bit different. I actually kind of want that. That could be a FCR ring. I might make caster gloves, if I remember to. So I really want to get that... Oh wow, we got Ratman, kick ass. You guys are probably like, how'd you know what that was before you even saw it? You must be cheating it in. I think everybody probably knows by now I do not cheat in Diablo 2. What's the slogan I always say for this game? I wouldn't lie to you about Diablo, and it's true. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna pull your leg on something I hold so dear to my heart. See, I like this kind of playstyle. Set it and forget it. It's kind of like Poison, so I guess that's probably why I like it so much so far. See, look, I really want to make a good Poison character. Maybe next year we'll make a Poison Necro. I've always really wanted to make a Poison Necro that actually isn't complete hot dog shit. I'd like to make one that uses daggers and poison and bone skills and actually... Well, not like, you know, Bone Wall. No one uses Bone Wall on mobs. I'm sorry, that's just infeasible. You use Bone Wall in PvP, if I remember correctly. I don't play PvP, so don't ask me, but I'm pretty damn sure... Look at this, fucking shit's just gonna melt it. Oh, that's fucking cool. See, it's like, rabies, or, because rabies, I know, is the skill, not the actual illness, for the record. That is actually, like, kind of like a poison that's unavoidable poison, like it's untyped poison. I've always really wanted to make a really good poison character in Diablo because, let's face it, we've all seen that really cool video that was recorded in like fucking unregistered hypercam of that dude on like with a Windows XP background. He goes to like the cow level and he kills like fucking 90 of them in like one hit. That video is fucking cool, and I don't care how stupid it sounds, it's fucking cool. I've always wanted to make a character that could do that. That's probably not going to be the case on this character, but... And you could be like, so why didn't you want to do the other builds? Well, it's because simply I just don't want to make another melee character this year because I've already made one in median and I don't want to repeat that. I like caster and range builds in these games the most. Obviously I like summoners quite a bit. You see, I've really only played a few games that pulled off summoning as good as Diablo 2 did. And it's gonna have to be Morrowind is like the close second, and you're probably like, Morrowind had summoning, and yeah, it fucking did. It had a really good system too, because it actually fixes, or well, it didn't fix it because it wasn't in the game yet, but it actually addresses something that Oblivion doesn't do. Oblivion only lets you have one summon at a time. Shitty lightning res. Actually, well, that's got plus mana on it. I might be a little bit more interested in that if I'm honest. I'm really going to regret putting this all in here. I already know this for a fact. Morrowind is probably like the second best summoning I've ever seen in a game. I really, really like Diablo 2 summoning because it actually feels... well, it depends on how good the character is in terms of gear as well, and your stat allocations. A bad summoner is a bad experience, by the way. I can tell you this from experience myself. There's... I know you're probably thinking, oh, you're going to say Terraria. I don't really like Terraria's combat. And you might be like, but what do you mean? And I always say this. I think Terraria... It gets compared a lot to Minecraft. And, I mean, that's what everyone, when we bought it, thought. We're all like, oh, it's like 2D Minecraft, let's check it out. And then as it evolved, it turned into like a little bit of a bossing simulator, and... This is also a huge problem in Minecraft, in like certain situations where... Like, things like the Wither, you can just build it in like the Nether Fort... Or sorry, not Nether Fortress, but the Nether Roof, and shit like that, and just trivialize it completely. Or... in like Terraria, you have very specific things you need to do. Like you just basically build an arena to like completely fuck the boss over, and it takes out like all the complexity of it at times. Okay, and Andariel just got nuked. I think she got like hit what twice? Okay, so that was pretty nice. Let's consider that a pretty big W. Andariel is pretty dead. Alright, let's go bug Andariel. So we talked to Wariv. Yeah. Caravan's repaired. Go east. Save and quit. And now Andariel is bugged. So she should have her priority drop on quest drop at all times. Cool. Bug, not a feature, but it's a feature, not a bug. Trust me. Let's go ahead and get our new man. I bet you wonder. Oh, I wonder quite a bit, friend. Who do I want for... Golzar! I kind of want a combat one for Hazade. Yeah, fuck yeah. What's up, Hazade? If we can get you for Nightmare, that would make me really happy. But I think that's a big problem in Terraria, because like you are at a severe disadvantage to try and actually make anything other than your own arena for the bosses, like Queen Bee. If you try to fight Queen Bee in like an area, and I'm talking like on even normal, like I have played Terraria on hard, I think 4 times, and I always have the same problem. You cannot play it without like exploiting the areas. It's just, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's definitely extremely aggravating. because all the enemies in it, they're better off killed in like an environment that you've created yourself rather than the arena. Because like if I remember correctly, a lot of the NPCs are actually like, or not NPCs, but the bosses and stuff. They're in like really dumb, annoying areas that like you cannot do Skeletron in the area that he spawns in. You have to fucking like make an arena, otherwise it's gonna be agony. And I have done it. I think I've never been able to solo Moonlord because the fight just takes so fucking long and it's so goddamn irritating. And there's no point in killing Moonlord after a while. You can argue there's no point in killing the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, but you see, I like that because at least in as easy as it is, what, you kill 10 pillars, am I right? 10, yeah, you kill the 10 pillars and then you kill the dragon. And you have the ability to not look at the Enderman while you're doing it. Which isn't very hard. But, it requires foresight to go into, right? You need at least some sort of feather falling. It's preferable to have at least some potions ready. I mean, I always do potion crafting way early because I enjoy it. Woo, what's this? And yeah, it's in your benefit to like go in prepared. There's a lot of bosses in Terraria where they don't show up until you summon them in. It's also like in Median, where in Median a lot of the bosses in older patches you could summon them anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but their designated area, and you could get them in like corners with like Tal Rasha being a good example. So for me, and I'm used to already doing this because this is what you do as a Necro, you constantly resummon your armor. And that is actually going to be really good over time. I already know this. It's not like bone armor. It actually absorbs elemental damage from what I was looking at. So it's actually like an extra layer of resistance. Like not just defense, physical defense, which is actually what... Bone armor is physical defense, if I remember correctly. I don't think it absorbs magic damage. But, I don't know, maybe I'm talking on my ass. I don't think so. My ass doesn't really talk, but whatever. You tell me. I'm not gonna let you tell me how to live my life. Fuck you, Dad. But no, that's why I've always disliked about, like, the Wither. It's because you can summon the Wither in any environment. So every time I've been currently playing through the latest patch of Minecraft in my free time outside of this, and before I played this, and I've already got like the 5 beacons I've made. So, and no, I try not to farm like cheesy ways to do it. I just kill Wither skeletons until I get all the stuff. But I've never had an issue with Wither, but it's because it's incentivized to fight Wither in an area you don't give a shit about, or a cave, because if you're not doing it in either one of those environments, it's just a bad idea, because he will fuck your lands up, and if you somehow get killed, which is actually still pretty easy, I wouldn't call Wither hard, but I always get really annoyed because it does have some really shitty mechanics, like, oh, just bring a bucket of milk. Bucket of milk takes up an inventory space, dumbass, and it takes like longer to use than a potion. If you're not using splash potions in a fight like that, you're doing something wrong. I don't know, some people don't like to use splash potions. I do because it's a lot easier. And potions of healing hurt him when you're up close, so it's a lot easier. But that's my point. You have to like summon him in an area that you're comfortable in. You're at the mercy of luck when you spawn in the end, and it used to be even worse when you fought the Ender Dragon, which made you apprehensive before the fight, which I love that. What is that noise? It is the day after Thanksgiving. There's still lots of people I don't even know in the complex. It's fine, I don't really care. But I was like, what the fuck was that? But it's one of those things where like, oh fuck it. Should we go even further? Let's get the cube. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll get the cube because I don't want to break the video yet. I'm too lazy to do it. So there's definitely like a part of me that goes, yeah, like that's why in Median I was okay when they eventually patched out like dark summoning, because it was pretty cheesy, because you had the home field advantage going into the fight. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I always enjoy, like, the Soul series, because the boss fights in the Soul series, everything has home field advantage over you, and you have to create the advantage by playing it, like, smart. Which, in my opinion, is good boss design. Bad boss design, in my opinion, is a game where you can basically set up the field before the boss even gets there. I'm not talking about buffs. That's not the same. A good example, as stupid and lame as they are, Dagonoth Kings in RuneScape. Like, you can have all the prep you want, but you have no idea what they're doing before you go down that cave. And as soon as they see you, you can have one of them, 2 or all 3 kings on top of your ass in 1 second, and you have to be able to adapt to it, not just in terms of, oh, I left the arena and I went back to do the, what's it called? You know what I mean, the little, like, crevice. Because sometimes that can't happen, you'll be far away from the entrance. And that can be a pain in the ass. And no, if you don't know, poison doesn't kill you outright in Diablo. It only lowers your HP down to 1. 2 to Oak Sage. And Frost Nova. And Poison Creeper. So I actually... Oh, that's actually cool. I can test it out with this. Let's, like, rock this for a little bit, because I want to try Poison Creeper out in a safe environment. I really want Vit. So, how much HP? We're at 200. Fucking hell. That's still pretty tanky, but it's not very much. So let's set a hotkey up for Poison Creeper to try it out. Let's try X. I think X will work. So it's going to be 4 to 6 over 4 with an 8 mana cost. What's this shithead do? Ew, it's a little penis worm. Cool. Alright, I like this guy. He makes a mess. I like this. I've never seen this before. Oh, that's really cool. I like the animation. Oh, he has his own HP bar, too. I kind of like this, just looking at it. Huh. This is why I say, you guys are probably like, duh, Seth, it fucking looks so... Well, I've never fucking seen it, so shut the hell up and let me enjoy it. Does he move? Okay. He just makes a mess in people's yard. Let's play around with him for a little bit, I guess, and see what he's all about. Oh, fuck. There's already a huge problem. I'm going to recast him, aren't I? Oh, you shit. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, that thing's fucking nasty. I like this. I like this thing. This thing's cool. We're using it. I don't care. This thing's awesome. I don't care if it eats my mana. It's fucking cool. I'm gonna spec into this. You can say, Seth, are you really gonna do it based on like 2 seconds? You're damn right. Look at that thing. That's so fucking cool. And it like, oh, this is gonna be great inside. Fuck you guys if you think it's bad. I'm specking into that. Fuck Oak Sage. We're using this. You wanna know how I'm so committed now? You know why? Boom. Now we have it. So, suck it. And it's 7 to 8 damage. This is a good idea, trust me, damn it. I want it. We don't need... Yeah, we don't need dry... Yeah, we need... Fuck Stony Tomb. I'm tempted to go in there to see what this thing's all about. In a oh my god, it even does it on its own. That's so fucking cool. Yeah, we're keeping this. Oh my god, I love this. This is great. Druid's my new favorite class. Just for this fucking thing. Is that petty? Yes. But am I incorrect? No. It's basically gonna make it so I can fucking... Oh, that is so cool. And it's so gross looking, too. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's dirt cheap. Holy shit. It doesn't cost any mana to use it. Yeah, we're using this. I don't... Fuck Oak Sage. I'm not using Oak Sage. We're using this instead. Maybe I'll put 10 points into Oak Sage and 10 points into this. This is fucking cool. This is my new favorite. Yeah, fuck this thing. It's... Well, actually, I might use that, but whatever. I want to go in a damn dungeon with this fucking thing. This is awesome. This is so cool. I keep thinking I gotta recast it, but I guess it just auto-targets things itself and then just slowly gets hit. It's one more thing to distract enemies, too. This is really good. I like this. You guys are probably like, Seth, this is the worst skill that the druid has. And you know what? It might be. In the hands of an idiot like me, it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, Sin Fist. Oh, I bet. But this is also going to be great because we can use this to get rid of fire immunes, and then our sprite and our man are going to mop it up. So this is not a bad idea in my opinion, and I think I'm actually going to be spontaneous and cute and actually make this my new build plan. Because, god damn it, I just... What do you got against poison, huh? You have something wrong with that? You got a problem with that? You're probably like, Seth, what are you doing? Well, I'm getting the waypoint, first of all, so I don't have to come back here like 300 times. Oh my god, there's so much shit. It makes a big mess. That makes it immediately a really cool item. Is that also in a pretty bad reason to like something? Yeah. Yeah. I'm debating on making an extremely inappropriate joke, but I think I'm going to pass on it. Am I really passing on? I don't know. This one's kind of risque, so I don't think I'm going to go there. I'm going to leave you hanging in suspense. But I really like this. It doesn't like outright kill things, it looks like. It mainly just fucks things up with poison, but it's just another damage source on top of like fire that I kind of want. So yeah, I'm gonna take that stamina pot. I'm not fucking walking through this hellhole. Walking through the world on fire like a tire. I know that's not the lyrics, but whatever. Let me live. No, I really do. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. I think I've underestimated Druid this entire time playing Diablo 2. Maybe by the end of this character I'll stop referring to him as a filthy furry deviant, and you know, maybe the people that are like, we told you, Seth, Druid's like the best class in the game. And I'll say, you know what? I've misunderstood you all this time. I am so sorry to have ever thought, you know, maybe this class is really bad, because I'm starting to really appreciate it. Alright, so let's go ahead and... This is going to be fucking fun. Alright, let's see how this goes. I want to know what the worm's limits are. That's what I really want to find out. Because, first of all, if something's immune to fire and poison, that's very unlikely. So, it's either going to be poison or it's going to be fire. I don't think I'm going to have to worry as much. But it looks like the worm... So from what I'm understanding so far, the worm doesn't seem to have a lot of, like, determination about what it hits. It just kind of hits what's in range, like a lot of other summons in the game. Which is fair. Diablo 2 has pretty primitive AI. I didn't expect it to be, like, perfect. But I definitely think... I'm kind of feeling this. But I think recasting it, like, I call it the Clay Golem strat, where when you're using Clay Golem, you're not casting Clay Golem to kill the enemy as a Necro, you're using it to distract things and just start getting them in like a loop. This is good, because it's one more thing that I don't have to worry about. You're not going to convince me to like this over Necro, by the way. Necro is infinitely more fun to play as. This is still pretty cool, but I can kind of... Can I? Can I summon him up there? Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to test. I wanted to see if I could summon him up above me. Because if you can do that, he can lure out enemies from, like, corners and shit that I can't deal with from up close. Because Firestorm is basically a shotgun up close. And that's really cool and all, but I need something to get in there and deal damage, or at least draw enemies into the fissure So this actually works. I'm not sure if this was the intended strat, but it is what I'm doing, and I like it, and it works. So I'm kind of enjoying this, if I'm honest. Now I'm getting into the Diablo groove. And you could be like, really? This is what did it for you? Yes. This fucking worm that probably doesn't do a lot of base damage on its... Oh my god. Fucking hell. Okay, this thing's great. I love this. This is amazing. Alright, this is looking a little bit more... Because it's not like I wasn't enjoying it, but this is kind of putting the vibe on max and making me feel a little bit funny in the areas in terms of like how I like to play Diablo. So I kind of like it. This is not gonna make me like Druid more than Necro, but it's making me kind of consider it as a little bit better. So yeah, we're gonna call it here, and I'll see you in the next one. We're gonna finish Act 2.